up the room and stuff. But it's raining here too. The energy is so copacetic. What happened to Haitian?
Why y'all moving me
I supported his ass. I loaded up the ice trucks.
Did you say you loaded up the ice truck?
He deported his ass
It's called being intimidated, right? Because if what I'm saying is just stupid shit.
Hold on for a second, Haitian.
Here we go.
Who put Sean down?
Man, you know I got immunity. You know I got presidential immunity.
Man,
diplomatic immunity.
Y'all leave the damn buttons alone. Y'all like kids. Leave the damn buttons alone, okay? Don't push on shit.
You know I'm the governor of this bitch.
You said I deported your ass to the booth. I shouldn't be laughing, but that is hilarious.
Dad, it is comedy.
So I'm still laughing about the applesauce. I almost crashed, bro. I'm in traffic. That shit is so deep.
I told you I'm funny. I should have my own skit.
But then who deported his ass was diabolical. I'm sorry.
Yeah, they won't. The only thing gonna happen when I swing back is y'all gonna get mad and throw me in the cooler. Cause I got plenty of jokes.
Nobody care about you.
I got plenty of jokes now.
Animal. Who you got? Kukulasa or Grover? Is that Grover with you?
It never fails. That's Jean-Pierre.
That ain't Grover. I don't know what the hell that is. That is so.
So I think I've said this before. I think this is an instance where Trump usually, I think, has a preternatural way of intuiting the sentiments of his base and really communicating with them in ways that they're incredibly responsive to. And this is just an instance where I think it's fascinating to me because I've said this before, but this is like your rabbi just getting up there and saying, well, the Jews were never really slaves in Egypt, or your priest getting up there and say Jesus never really rose from the dead. I mean, this is part of, I mean, the fact that, as you're saying, Gary, you said he's been convicted of things, right? This is not a conspiracy theory, but the conspiratorial intuitions of of exactly who's connected to this and how high it goes plays into this kind of perception of the base that this is, the powerful elite that are running around and running the child molesting pizza shops and all this stuff like Hillary Clinton, and that this is the world they live in, right? And this Epstein sex exploitation is part of that world, and the elites just protect themselves and sort of run all over all of us. And Trump was viewed as somebody who was going to battle against those elites on behalf of his base. He's the true populist. And so for him to suppress things and then say it's a hoax, I mean, not only is it a travesty to the victims, it's like burning your Bible. I mean, this is like saying that the miracle stories, this is the Jeffersonian Bible, man. This is the Bible without the miracle stories and the supernatural. I mean, this is Trump trying to demythologize and sort of stick it to his base. And it's I think kind of insulting to his base. And I don't know why he's playing it. So unless there's something he's really embarrassed about, right? Or unless there's donors or something or somebody or parties that have really strong vested interests in this not being released and Trump's protecting them or doing some kind of quid pro quo. I mean, why do you want to, and why as a party do you want to be viewed as the cover-up party on this issue? I mean, I don't know what the political upside is for the Republicans. I can imagine the upside for Trump might be that there's some embarrassing material. I'm guessing it's not anything criminal, but maybe something just really embarrassing about him in these files. I don't know. But I just think this is a really stupid play politically. And I don't know why Republicans aren't lining up, again, other than Trump's decided it's a bad idea and they just do Trump's bidding. But yeah, I mean, I think this is not the smart political play to go against transparency here.
You know, I was trying to remember, and I looked this up to help refresh my memory, whether the president ever joined in on this course of condemnation of this Epstein pedophilia pedophilia, I don't know, ring, I guess. And if you look back, he never explicitly, in any of his campaigns, never explicitly said anything in condemnation. The closest he came, as best as I can tell, was in 2015 in an address before CPAC. He called Epstein's Island a cesspool. So there was an insinuation there, but there was no condemnation. So this may not be completely out of character. We know that they were best buddies and they had a falling out. And at the end, there was no love between them. And that was over a real estate deal in Palm Beach where the president outbid Epstein after Epstein called him in for some advice on how to move the swimming pool from one location to the other, and then Trump fell in love with the property that Epstein had fallen in love with, and then, at least according to Epstein, the private citizen Trump screwed him, and Epstein never forgave him for that, and that was the end of all that. Trump's version is a little bit different. He says that Epstein was acting weird at his Mar-a-Lago, and he banned him, and that was the end of the friendship. I don't know. People could decide which one has greater veracity. But he never, as best as I can tell, maybe somebody else has pulled some research that I have been unable to find, he never specifically went after Epstein for the things that he had done. For which he was convicted. Never. Even though, as you point out, Scott, his base was, has been really full speed ahead on this issue. So I find that kind of interesting. Yeah, go ahead, Scott.
It's mysterious. I mean, it's just such bad. Aside from the facts of what this and the morality, it's just terrible politics. But we'll see how it plays out.
Well, I think one of the first rules of politics is don't attack a survivor of sexual abuse. That's not a winning strategy, I don't think. So, aside from the fact that it's the wrong thing to do, if you want to set that aside and not concern yourself of the ethics of it, it's not really the smart thing to do either. So this is the first time I think that we have seen, I mean, this president has had a hold on this Congress. I mean, he stopped legislation when he wasn't even president because the legislation to tighten up things at the border, which was a bipartisan package, might have made Biden look good. So he decided to pressure Congress to not vote for that legislation in order to keep the flow of immigrants coming in, to let it continue to be a campaign issue. It is true that after he took office, he buttoned down the border. No question about that. But he had that much influence even when he was just a candidate, because they were so fearful to stand up to him because they had the votes for that legislation to pass. And I'm not arguing whether that legislation was good or bad, or the benefits or the failings of that legislation. I'm just pointing out that he had such a hold up until now on Congress. This will be a big blow to that if he loses. But I think it'll be a big blow to the victims if he